So this is the uterus, and this part of the uterus is called fundus, and till here it's called cervix. This is again a part of uterus, and cervix sometimes referred to as mouth of the uterus, right? And this part, which is extending from here till here, is the hollow tube, which is a vagina, right? And this is the fallopian tube here, this part, and this is the femoral part of the fallopian tube, and this is the ovary here. The same goes on the other side, another fallopian tube, and this is the femoral end of the fallopian tube, and this is the ovary, and this is the uterovarian ligament. So now let's learn how does the menstruation happen and why it has to bleed every month. So during menstruation, the inner lining of the uterus, which is accumulated, usually gets shredded on the first day of your periods. So whenever you bleed, that is considered as the first day of your period, and it usually contains blood or mucus or mixed with blood clots. So that comes out of the uterine cavity through the cervix and through the vagina and goes out of your body. So that is the day one of your periods. So after you bleed on the first day, the ovary starts recruiting the follicles, and out of all the follicles recruited, under the influence of hormones, one follicle grows in bigger size and becomes dominant at the probably mid-cycle. And once it becomes dominant under the influence of LH hormone, it ruptures and it comes out and it gets sucked into the tube, and it waits inside the tube for the fertilization, where if the woman is sexually active, if the semen is deposited in the vagina, the sperms swim up, goes into the uterine cavity, comes through opening of the fallopian tube here, and then comes here and then gets fertilized, and then the pregnancy forms here. So ideally, yes, the pregnancy happens in the tube, not in the uterus. But this pregnancy, the zygote or the fertilized egg, goes through the fallopian tube, comes here, and then comes into the right place where it gets implanted and it starts growing there. In any case, if you're not sexually active, the egg waits here for 24 to 36 hours, and after that it goes off and it signals the uterus, saying that whatever has been accumulated in the uterine cavity for the preparation of the upcoming pregnancy, that needs to be shredded.